Hey refreshers, Nicole Jowers, Home Refresh and Style. So I wanted to do something a little different today. I'm usually on location in a closet or a pantry, or I'm usually in my car doing all my mommy chats with you all. But I wanted to dive into something because I get so many messages all the time and they're like, Nicole, how are you so happy all the time? How do you have so much energy all the time? Like, how do you do it? How do you have it all together all the time? Like, guys, I have high energy. I am always happy. Like, I love people. I love life. I love my job. I love. And I always have energy somehow. I don't know how. But I'm not always like this. I know you guys have seen bits and pieces of my emotions going up and down, and sometimes even when I'm doing my mommy talks. I don't know why my curtain is like fading in and out white. But whatever. I don't know how else to say it, but this girl's a hot mess. Like, I could be like super happy and super excited and super motivated, and I'm like, yay! And then like 5 minutes later, I hear like a commercial on the TV, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like what's happening? Like, I am super emotional. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I don't keep my mouth shut. So if something's bothering me, if something's exciting me, if something's scaring me, like I will talk to the wall. I'll talk to my dog. I'll talk to you in the shopping line. Like, I'll just talk to you. I love that's one of my stress relievers is I talk it out. And I mentioned a few weeks ago that on Facebook that I had struggled with anxiety and depression in the past, and that I still have those issues come up. And people were like, what? You? Depression and anxiety has a smile, guys. Like, people hide it. I'm not living in depression. I'm not living in anxiety, but it's something that I have to work through, and that I have to teach myself how to get through those emotions for myself. And that is not easy, and that has not happened overnight. It has actually taken me years to get to where I am today to manage it, and I still don't manage it some days, and I still need to lean on the people around me. But little history. My youngest son, Alec, is 11. And prior to having him, I was a little anxious. That's it. Like, that's it. I had him and I had postpartum depression. And guys, I'm telling you, like, when I heard the word depression and I heard that people were depressed, I was like, how are you depressed? Like, what does that even mean? Like, just be happy. Like, just smile. Like, why are people depressed? And my gosh, did I eat my words? And maybe God was teaching me what depression was so I can help all of you and I can help somebody, because I'm going to get emotional through this. So I had postpartum depression with my son, and it was a year. And it was a year of complete hell that I lived in. I'm not talking about like I can't get dressed in the morning and I'm just like crying here and there. It was like it was the worst year of my entire life. My entire life. I was hospitalized twice, and I didn't think I was ever going to get out. It was, the only way I could describe it was I felt trapped. Like, I felt like Nicole was in there somewhere, but she was completely gone. Like, I felt trapped in my own body and mind. And it was so scary because I had never experienced any of that. And then caring for a newborn, and then I had my other son who was around 3 at the time. And, you know, my husband at the time was going to work, and it was a lot. And I'm telling you guys, I had never had a panic attack in my life before. I had never had an eating disorder before. I had never had to be on any medication before, ever. And this time of my life, I went to the doctor, and first of all, I was embarrassed. I was like ashamed. Like, I just had a baby. Like, I love kids, and I wanted to have a baby so bad. And why am I sad? Like, stop it. Like, what I used to think about with depression is like, just stop. If you guys have depression and you tell someone to stop who has anxiety or depression, you know that's like, you can't say that to somebody. So I went to the doctor and I told them what I was feeling, and they gave me an antidepressant. And I don't know what happened. Like, I took one pill and I ended up in the emergency room because of my reaction. And I never got a diagnosis. I had some doctors say serotonin syndrome. I had some people say I just had the highest sensitivity to medication that they've ever seen, which I'm like that. I could take something that you guys all take, and it gives me this weird off the wall reaction. Like, I'm just that type of person. I'm more of a natural person, but the natural stuff wasn't out cutting it. So I ended up in the emergency room with like an EKG, but my heart was racing. I almost like passed out. It was bad. Like, my skin felt like it was burning. I had such a bad reaction. So at that point, I'm like anxious and depressed and don't know what's happening to me. I've never experienced this in my life. I'm like a happy person. And now I've got this reaction from this medication. So now I'm scared. Like, I'm like, I can't take anything else. And they're like, no, it was probably just this medicine. There's tons of other medications. So over the course of the year, they tried so many different medications. And what was happening is I kept having reactions, or it was making me have bad thoughts, or it would like make me throw up, or it would shit. Like, I was just hypersensitive to anything that it made me feel. And I lost so much weight, like I couldn't eat. And I'm not saying I couldn't eat for like a week. Like, for the year, I think I survived on like bananas that I force fed myself and liquids. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. And then they try sleep medicine, and then, you know, they all counteract, and you're all trying to work, right? And it's like your body's like, what's happening to you? And then what are you putting in it? And what, you know, one of the medications that they put me on with a sleep aid and something to help me eat. I remember this like it was yesterday. I couldn't sleep. You know, if you don't eat or sleep, you get delirious anyway. So imagine like a year of this and depression and anxiety and taking care of babies and not knowing what's happening in your life, and feeling alone. I remember waking up in the middle of the night and I was like, I can't do this anymore. And I have never had bad thoughts like that ever. I had kids. I had myself who's happy. And I literally in the middle of the night one night, like, was just going to take all my medicine. Me. Sorry. I was going to take all my medicine. And I have faith. And I pray. And I literally dropped. I didn't shake. No one bumped into me. Nothing happened. I literally dropped all my medicine. Like, it dropped out of my hands. It's like God was like, what are you doing? And you're going to be okay. And for a long time, I was like, I can't tell anybody this because I'm happy. Like, what are they going to think? Like, that I didn't want to be here, that I didn't want to be a mom. Like, it wasn't me. I was so far gone on like medicine and like no sleep and no eat and so depressed and like so hopeless. Like, at that point, the doctors were like, we've never seen this before. Like, we've seen postpartum depression, but like, you usually get better when you take the medicine. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, the doctors don't even know what to do with me. I want myself back. I remember literally being in the therapist's office, like, I just want to paint my nails again, and I want to wear my earrings, and I want lipstick, and I want to care about my clothes, and I want to hold my babies, and I want to take them to the park and push them on the swing, and like, it's gonna, like, I want to decorate for the holidays. Like, I want Nicole back. And I remember like just praying to God every day that he would just take this away and give me myself back. And I remember another distinct moment that I did try to take my kids to the park. And I was praying on the bench out loud while I was watching my kids on the slide, and my other one was next to me in the stroller. And I remember just crying out to God, like, God, I know I have so much more to offer and to bring this world and to bring these kids. And for me, like, I need you to save me. I need you to help me. I need you to give me my life back. I need you to bless the doctors you are going to put in my path. I need you to bless the medicine I'm going to take. I need you. Like, I was crying out. And this lady I don't know, who was not there when I was talking out loud, a few minutes later came up to me and she said, I just feel compelled to tell you that I'm praying for you and it's going to be okay. And I hugged this complete stranger at the park and I cried on her shoulder and I said, thank you, because I was just crying to God that I needed a sign that I'm going to be okay and you're it. And I didn't know what that looked like. But a few days later, I made the decision to check myself into a mental hospital. Me. I checked myself into the mental hospital and I was there for a week. And I said bye to everybody dramatically, my kids, my family, because, guys, I thought I was going to be locked in a padded room for the rest of my life and I was never getting out. Like, I thought I was lost. I thought I was done. Like, I thought this was a death sentence for me. And I remember I met the doctor. He's passed away, but his name is Dr. Rodriguez. I met this doctor and I told him I can't take any medicine. I can't eat. I can't sleep. I'm scared. And he said, tell me all your symptoms. I told him. And he said, I have a medication I want to try. I said, I can't try it. I can't try it. I'm so scared. Everything is giving me a reaction. I can't. And he looked me in my eyes and he said, you've got to trust me. Do you trust me? And I said, I want to trust you. And he said, what do you do? Like, what do you do as a stress relief? What do you do? And I say, I pray, because I need you to go. We're not going to start it tonight. I need you to go in your room and I need you to pray and I need you to let it go and I need you to wake up in the morning and I need you to be ready to give it one more shot. And I was like, I can't, but I'll pray. And my roommate at the time, she prayed with me. She was in there they put me on the side of people who were coming off of drugs and alcohol with withdrawal, because they didn't want to scare me with like the schizophrenic and the people who were having severe mental illness, because I was just a girl coming in like depressed, anxiety, panic attack. So she was going through withdrawals. I was going through whatever I was going through, and we prayed together. And I woke up in the morning and I was like, okay, like I promised God I would try it. Like one more time after a year of this, almost. Like a year of this, like holding on to like, I need you, right? So I woke up in the morning. I told him I'd try it that night because you take it at night. And he tried me on this medication. And he said, it's going to take a little bit and we're going to partner with it. We're going to partner it with a lower anxiety pill. You're going to take both of it. And like the night that I took it, I already felt like I could sleep a little bit, like 5%. I felt like I could sleep. And then I woke up in the morning and I wanted to eat breakfast, which was like huge for me. Like the nurses were like, she's eating. So a little time each day, and with the 2 medications, I was like, I didn't have a reaction. I didn't end up like with a heart monitor on, and I felt okay. And I got this sense of like, oh my gosh, like if I would have given up, if I would have not trusted God one more time, I would have never gotten help. I was so scared. Guys, I was out in like a week and a half. And I was out in a week and a half with a smile. I wasn't totally better. I had to do outpatient therapy and see my psychologist and my psychiatrist for another year. But with those 2 medications, I was functioning. I painted my nails. And I hugged those babies like I have never hugged them before. And I thanked God, because it's like he knew all of those steps and all those people to put in my life and those experiences. And I started to get better, and I was on both medications for a long time. I was on the antidepressant and the anxiety pill for a couple of years. And then after year 2, I was able to get off of the anxiety pill. And, after I had gotten better from postpartum depression, I had a relationship change and I had a divorce, a long one, a hard one. We are now civil, being able to co-parent, and which has been years in the making. And I am super thankful for the power of prayer in that as well, because anyone that knows us knows we are fire and ice, and we are now functioning parents, and I can go to him. And I love that. As much as we don't love each other, I love that I have that relationship with the father of my children. And I've tried to get off the antidepressant. And ever since I had my son, my monthly cycle and the way I deal with change is not the same. So I don't take the anxiety pill anymore. I get it here and there if I have life events that I need it for, but I have not been able to get off of the antidepressant, and I'm fine with that. And I want to tell you guys, like, I have been on my antidepressant. My son is 11, so I have been on it for 10 years because I found it a year later, and it is fine. And I am functioning and I am happy. And if you are embarrassed to get on a medication, or you are embarrassed because you have anxiety and depression, like, people have heart failure, people have diabetes, people have cancer, people have all these different issues that they need to take medication for. And depression and anxiety is a health issue, and it is a chemical imbalance, and it is a real thing. And people take medicine for that. I take medicine for that, and there's nothing wrong with that. I know for myself that I need it, and it regulates my hormones every month. I've been in contact with my doctors about it. It regulates me. It keeps me happy. It keeps me sane. It's a low dose, and it's something that I need, and I'm not ashamed of that. And I think there's sometimes this perception and this stigma out there that when it comes to mental illness, that it's like untalked about and it's not real. I had people, when I was going through it, tell me to stop crying, tell me I was making it up. I wasn't making it up. Like, there's no making that up, and it's real, and it's a real issue, and there's help, there's support. If I didn't have the people I had in my life to help me get help, I would not be sitting here. If I didn't have God to pray, I would not be sitting here. If I didn't have my faith to give it another shot after a year of failure, I would not be sitting here. And I am super passionate about depression and anxiety. I'm super passionate about mental illness. I'm super passionate about postpartum depression, because mamas, it is hard. It is hard to have a baby that you are so excited about for 9 months, and then you have that baby and you're like, why don't I want to hold my baby? Like, why is my baby screaming and I'm just screaming in my head? Like, stop crying. Like, I'm tired. I can't hold you. And I love kids. It's hard. It's hard to accept. It's hard to acknowledge. It's hard to talk about, and it's hard to get help. But once you do, and once you admit it, and once you admit that you have that issue and that it's okay, and that you need medication to help you, and that's okay, you're going to get better. And you're going to get back to those babies, and you're going to get back to painting your nails. So I'm here. I'm here as a voice. And I love these moments, because it's like, now maybe God's telling me to tell my story today, because I had it on my heart today to tell my story. Because maybe I'm sharing this hard time in my life because you need to hear it. That you need to hear that it's okay to have those moments. And it's okay to have those thoughts, but it's not okay to not get help. And it's not okay to think that you're alone. Because depression and anxiety can be a really lonely place. And I now am going through some change in my life right now. I don't deal with change well, and I'm a control freak. It's my 2 C's. Change and control. I struggle. I've been having a few panic attacks, and I've had some people say, where's your lipstick? Where are you? Like, I'm okay. I don't feel depressed. I have anxiety. It comes in waves. I'm okay, and then my thoughts keep going, and I can't control a situation I'm in, and I'm in a situation that's changing, and I'm not in control of other people and other people's actions, so I freak out, and I have panic attacks, and I call it, I spiral. I like, what am I going to do? What is it going to do? What's happening? I don't know what to do, and I say the same things over and over again, and I get very irrational, and Usually when I don't have change and I'm not lacking control, I can talk myself down from it. But when it gets bad, I have to pick up the phone, I have to call someone, or I have to say, okay, I need to get my anxiety pills back. Like I have to take action. I pray. When I can't control something, I pray a lot. And I try to change the thought process. And the number one thing that's healed my anxiety and that's gotten me through anxiety is I change my racing thoughts into something I can control, because I still can't let go of the control. So if I can't control my situation, that I can't control another person, I have to say, okay, what can you do to help that person? And what can you do to change right now? Like, what is an action Nicole can take to change it? And I do it, and it gives me a sense of control back. So if I can't control the situation if I'm in, if I can't control the person I'm dealing with, if I can't control something, then I change my thought to something that I can focus on and I can change right now, because I can change my actions. And that's how I control my anxiety. And this week I've had a lot of anxiety, and I've had a lot of change, and I've had a lot of lack of control. And it's okay, because I've used the times where I've been okay to teach myself how to work through anxiety. So if I can teach you guys on a small scale on how to teach yourself, when you have those racing thoughts and you're like, I don't know what to do, I don't know where to go, I'm scared, I don't know what's happening, I don't know. Pick one thing that you can control and do it. It doesn't even have to be related to the situation. You guys know I am an organizer. So you bet you that my house right now has a reorganized pantry. I have refolded all of my stuff. I have filed all of my emails into file folders in my email. I have controlled what I can control, because that's something that helps calm me down. And I switch my thoughts and I have it bring me some kind of other energy. You know, I feel like I'm having a panic attack. I feel like I can't stop crying. I embrace it. If I hold in a panic attack and I hold in those tears, I'm going to be a mess all day. I embrace it and I just let it out. I ugly cry. I ugly cry to myself. I ugly cry to my friends. I ugly cry to my family. I ugly cry to you. I let it out. I let myself have the panic, and then I move on. I've said it before. I make sure I visit that emotion, that I don't live there. Visit it. You have to visit it, because if you don't visit, you're going to hold it in and you're going to explode. So visit it, let those tears out, let that panic attack come out, make sure you're around the people that you need to be, make sure you know what your stress reliever is, if it's running, if it's music, if it's praying, if it's organizing, make sure you know what it is, and make sure you do it right after you cry. Cry it out, pray it out, let it out. Then do something you can control, because I struggle with things that I can't control. So I'm still praying on that. Help me let go of control. But I've learned I don't have to control every situation and every person. I can control other things in my life. And that makes me feel better. That's helpful for me. I listen to worship music. I clean. I organize. I go on power walks. And my new random odd thing has been, I've been laying on the floor, like in my yoga pose with my feet up, or sometimes just laying on the floor listening to music, and I'm like staring at the ceiling, and it's just like I can just relax. So stare at the ceiling, I don't know, whatever you do for a stress relief, but just make sure you have the people around you that get it, because there's gonna be people who have never experienced anxiety and depression before, and it's okay. Because guys, this girl didn't know that she had anxiety and depression. She didn't know what it was. She didn't know she was going to get it. And I was that girl, like, just stop crying. Like, be happy. What is there to be that sad? Like, I get sad, but like depression and anxiety is a different level. It's like you're sad for no reason. Like, you're not thinking about anything. Like right now, I have anxiety, but I'm thinking about a situation happening in my life. When I was going through depression, I was just depressed for no reason. And that messes with you. Like, why don't I want to paint my nails and get dressed? Why am I having a panic attack? Like now, if I randomly a few times a year have a panic attack, it's because it's situational. It's something's happened. Then it was just I would wake up and I would have 5 panic attacks within an hour, because it was chemical and it was hormonal and it was an imbalance, and I needed medication to help me balance it. And that's okay. And now I recognize myself that when it's situational, I know what to do because I've taught myself. So it is okay. It is okay to need help. It is okay to have a bad day. It's okay to have a panic attack. It's okay to take medicine. And I hope that if you are watching me and you think that this girl's got her whole life together and you think that I have never been sad and you think I always have energy and you think that I never come home and like, I am the most emotional person. I am so happy. I am like the Energizer Bunny. I love people. I love energy. I love videos. I love music. I love being a kid. I am a bigger kid than my own kids. I love it. I love myself. I love my life. I love my kids. I also love my experiences I've had, because if I didn't have that anxiety and depression, I would probably still be in a relationship that wasn't meant for me years ago. If I didn't have anxiety and depression, I wouldn't have been able to help people that I've been able to help. If I didn't have anxiety and depression, I wouldn't be able to coach myself through change and lack of control and anxiety and panic. And I wouldn't be able to be talking to you guys. And if that means I wouldn't be able to touch one life, it's all worth it. I've always wanted to share my story and to help people. And just lately it's been on my heart. It's been on my heart big time, because I think now I'm starting to be this influencer that I want to be, and I'm wanting to share you with my lipstick, and I'm wanting to share my pantry parties with you guys, my mom life and my hot mess life that I'm late all the time and my kids think I'm crazy. But I also want to share with you guys that I've been there, that I do still struggle with anxiety, that I am on medication, that I have moments where I don't have control and I spiral, and that I've had a past that got me to where I am today. So when you're looking at me and you think I got it all together and you think I'm fun and I'm happy, I am, but I'm just like you guys. I'm a mom. I'm a working mom. I'm trying to juggle it all. I'm trying to do work-home balance. I'm trying to navigate through change right now. I'm trying to let go of control. I'm trying to pray, and I'm trying to be there for all of you. And this is therapeutic for me. It's therapeutic that I know I can just pop on and I can preach to you guys. Like I could do my mama preaches. I could do my it's okay to have anxiety and depression preaches. I can do it. And I love it. And that is my story. Put in the comments. I would love to chat with you. If you need a friend, if you need advice, if you want to know more details about my journey and my path and my past and my present and how I move forward in my future with my personality and with my mood, because I'm like a walking mood ring, okay? If you want to know how I balance all that, I'm here. And that's why I'm here to share it with all of you guys. So I love you. Thank you. For watching me be like in the pantry and then yelling about my kiddos and then crying on my couch. Like, thank you. Because I'm here for all of you. And this is why I share my heart and my story, because I want you to know you're never alone. I want you to know that this girl has been through it all. And I want you to know you're normal. And I want you to know that I'm here. So for more emotions, for more Hot Mess Mama, for more pantry and closet parties, be sure to check me out on Facebook and Instagram. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel so you never miss a beat, a basket, or an emotional roller coaster ride with Nicole. And I love you guys. Drop in the comments, share those stories. I'm here for you. I will respond to each and every one of them. Bye, guys.